Okay, so today we are doing the 60s decade from the LA Colors Beauty Through the Decades collection. You guys voted for this. I asked you on Twitter what decade you wanted to see if I did another video from this collection, and this is what you voted for, was the 60s. And if you want to see how I did this, then just keep on watching. Don't be scared. It's just me without makeup. Um, when I try to do my makeup with my hair styled, it just keeps getting in the way. So I'm just gonna pin it back, and after I finish the makeup, I'll go style it and come back and it will look like it normally does. So I'm just gonna stick these clips in my hair. All right, so 60s style makeup. So I was looking at pictures of makeup from the 60s, and I was so surprised because I kept seeing liquid eyeliner, and you could tell that they were wearing liquid eyeliner. And yeah, I didn't realize that that was a trend back then, because I was alive in the 60s, but I wasn't wearing makeup because I was just a little girl. So I wasn't really even aware of what people were doing for makeup. I mean, I remember my mother putting on lipstick like every 2 seconds. She was and is a lipstick person. I'm an eyeshadow person. I love eyeshadows, but I can only remember my mom wearing lipstick. I don't remember her putting on any other makeup. Maybe she did, but the only thing I remember is her whipping out that bright lipstick that she always used to wear. Now that she's older, she wears natural more natural colors than what she used to wear. Anyway, okay, so hair is pinned back so that it won't be in the way, and I'm just going to apply the products that are from the 60s collection. Any other products that I put on, I'm going to do off camera, otherwise the video will just be longer than what you would want it to be. People only have so much time in a day. So I have actually already applied my, my lip treatment, Beauty Treats Lip Care, and then my LA Colors Face Primer, LA Colors Liquid Makeup in the shade Natural, and I did not splatter it all over the wall today when I clicked the pump. And then under my eyes, I use the LA Colors Peach Corrector, and then on top of that, I put the LA Colors Conceal It Cover and Correct Concealer. But even though I didn't splatter my foundation, when I squeezed this, I squeezed it way too hard and ended up wasting a ton of product, which gets me mad. That's what came out of the tube that I wasn't able to use. The reason why it gets me mad is this light shade is really hard to find because that slot is always empty at stores. And so it's not like I can just run out and grab another one because it's very hard to find. This is a really nice concealer for very little money. And then I set everything with my LA Colors I Heart Makeup Contour Palette. This light peach shade right here is great as a setting powder. So that's what I did. Okay, so from that point on, oh, you know what I can do next is I can use some of that concealer as an eyeshadow primer, because like I mentioned in yesterday's video, none of the stores in my area carry the LA Colors eyeshadow primer. I really like that eyeshadow primer, but I can never find it. What I should probably do is look on Amazon, see if I can order it on Amazon. So let me pop some of this on my eyelids to use as primer and be right back. You know, in some ways, this is a better choice as an eyeshadow primer because the LA Colors eyeshadow primer is actually clear, and this will cover discoloration and veining, whereas the clear one isn't really going to cover anything. It's just going to prime your eyes. So this is actually will work better, I think, and, you know, look nicer. All right, now let's jump into the products from the collection. So there are 4 products from each decade on the display. I bought all the lipsticks, all the eyeshadow palettes, and then I went back and bought all the face products. The 4th category, I didn't buy them all because they were eyeliners, mascaras, eyeliners and mascaras. And I'm not wild about LA. I mean, they're LA Colors eyeliners and mascaras are okay, but they're not outstanding. That's not their forte. So I did buy one of the eyeliners because it was a duo and it had 2 different colors on each, you know, one on each end. So I did buy that for one of the other collections. That was from the 80s collection. And then I bought the eyeliner from the 20s collection, tried it and did not like it. So I didn't want to buy anything else from that category. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the bronzer. So this is part of the 60s collection, and it is called Nifty, and it is a shimmery bronzer. You can see where I swatched it there. Let me swatch it so you can, again, so that you can see that's what we're dealing with here. Now, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of shimmery bronzers, but since that's what came with this collection, I wanted to try it. All right, so this is my contouring and bronzer brush. This is AOA Studio from shopmissa.com. Quite possibly my favorite brush in my whole collection. I kid you not. This is $1, and this is, look how thick that is. And this just blends like a dream. And if you don't have this, it's a buck. You need it. It's so awesome. Okay, here we go. Shimmery bronzer. It's been a while since I used a shimmery bronzer. So I'm going to just kind of tap my brush in there. I don't want to put a ton of this on because I don't know how this is going to work out. So let's start at the perimeter. Oh, okay. All right. I was scared of this, but it's actually kind of pretty. All right, good. Yeah, let's just continue on the perimeter of my face. So I did the hairline, I did the jawline. I'm going to do the sides. And we're going to do the contour, which, you know, I wouldn't normally contour it with a shimmery bronzer. All right, that's pretty. Oh God, I was afraid of this, I'll admit it. But yeah, that's actually very pretty. So that's Nifty. And for those of you that didn't see the other video, this is the Beauty Through the Decades collection by LA Colors. And this is what the packaging for this particular collection looks like, although to me that looks more like 50s style hair than 60s. Don't you agree? Yeah, I don't remember anybody that I know wearing the hair like that in the 60s. But then again, like I said, I was a little girl, so maybe I didn't really pay attention. All right, so next I'm going to use a blush from the collection, but they only have one face product per decade. So I'm just going to use this blush, which is the same one that I used yesterday. It's called Whatever. And this was from the 90s collection. So we're going to use that blush with this Essence brush. I haven't used this in a while. It's got kind of a short handle on it, but I do like this brush. I like this blush too. Isn't that pretty? And it's blending nicely into that bronzer. you know, the more I try things from less expensive brands, the more I realize how wasteful we are in terms of what we spend for makeup. I mean, these things are all $1, and they're so pretty. Now, granted, when you shop for makeup at Dollar Tree, there are going to be things that you don't like. I mean, I didn't like the eyeliner from this collection, but if that's the only thing that I didn't like so far, those are really good odds. Just put a little bit more on this side to make it more even. Yeah, I'm really loving the products from this collection. Unfortunately, you're not going to see this display at every Dollar Tree. You'll see it at select Dollar Trees, which kind of stinks. Just like that video I did of the Remy Rose lipsticks, I've been looking at other Dollar Trees trying to find some of the other products from that collection or that brand, and I can't find that display anywhere other than the one that I've already been to. So it's kind of hit and miss with Dollar Tree. There are some Dollar Trees you go into and the beauty section is really tiny. But it is what it is. Okay, now there's only one highlighter from this collection, and it's part of the 20s decade. And this is what it looks like. It's called Jazzy, so I figured I would use this highlighter too. And this is actually a foundation brush. This is a Sephora Pro foundation brush, but I like it for highlighter. So I'm just going to dip my brush into this, and obviously it is gold. And I'm going to do like a C formation here. Oh, that coordinates so nice with that blush and bronzer. Oh, I can't believe this is $1. You see that glow right there? Yeah, very nice. Good job, LA Colors. All right, let's move on to the eye products. So this is the eyeshadow palette from this collection. It's called Fab 4. Now, before I show it to you, when you think of 60s eyeshadow, what do you think of? Blue, right? Blue eyeshadows. Yes, there are 2 blue eyeshadows in this quad, but they're sort of a teal type blue. And then there's a gold up there, which is good. It will coordinate with my highlighter shade. And then this is just a very natural tan crease color. So this has potential, definitely. All right, so let's start with this e.l.f. brush. I'm going to go into that gold. Hopefully this gold won't be too dark for my skin tone. So we're just going to go lightly in the brow bone area. Oh, it's not too dark. Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was going to be. But then again, I thought the bronzer wasn't going to work either, and it did. And let's do an inner corner highlight. Even though nobody did that in the 60s, let's do it anyway. Okay. All right, next I'm going to take this Morphe brush, and we're going to go into that tan colored shadow, and we're going to put that in the crease. Now, if this was true 60s makeup, it'd just be blue from top to bottom. People went crazy with the blue, but we're going to try to make this a little bit more wearable than the way people wore it back then, because I wanted to use all 4 colors in the quad instead of just using the blues. And in case you were wondering, these are blending beautiful. Okay, so let's not go crazy with the contour or crease shade because I want the focus to be on the blue. Okay, let's switch to this MAC shader brush. We're going to go into this shimmery teal blue color, and we're going to put some of that on the lids. Oh, that is pretty. Yeah, that's really pretty. Now, normally what I would do is take some of that tan and I would have put it like on the outside part of my lids before I put that lid shade on, you know, for like dimension and contour and so forth. But they didn't do that back then in the 60s, so I'm not going to do that. All right, let's take this little detailer brush from Zoeva and go into that matte teal shade and pick up some of that, and we're going to smudge that right at the lash line. Okay, so like I said, they did do a winged liner with liquid eyeliner back in those days. So I did that, and I also did a black pencil liner on the waterline, and I curled my lashes, I put on mascara, I did my brows, and all those products will be listed in the description box as always. All right, so the next part of the collection is lipstick. And this is the shade Vintage Mauve. And that is what this looks like. So I think that was a good choice to coordinate with this eyeshadow. I'm not going to use a lip liner. These are actually really good lipsticks and they don't really need a liner. Warmer than it looks in the tube. Warmer in tone. I love the formula of these. They just glide on. Nice, nice shade. That so far, I've been really loving the lipsticks. That one from yesterday's 90s collection, I didn't think I was going to like that one, but I really liked it a lot. And I like this one a lot, too. All right, so let me go fix my hair. And does this need any setting spray? No, it doesn't look dry or cakey or dusty or anything, so don't need to use the setting spray. So let me fix my hair and be right back. Okay, so that is the finished look, and I know back in the 60s they used to wear their hair stick straight, like I used to wear mine up until not too long ago. But yeah, I've been really liking my hair with the wave in it rather than just wearing it just blah, just hanging down straight. So that is the 60s look from the LA Colors Beauty Through the Decades collection. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.